Deor. Wayland him be horman, reches kunade. Anhidig for the drag. Hefte him to Josita, sorio il nogus. Winter chel, reche, ween oft onfund. Sittan hinne nithad on nederlede. Swan cresceno bende on Sulemon. Deses offerende, deses swamei. Beide hadden ne was hure brother dethe, on seffens was swa hure sylfating. Tad heel jorelicha onjeten hefde, that heel reichen was efrenumet. Triste je denken hur umre dat sjölde. Thus overeelde, this is swamei. Weet dat meldde de monjere ruifrunnen, horen grundelus geotus fria, dat hij zelf surgrufus sleep eilo binam. Des overeelde, this is swamei. Diodrik at the tritid winter, Meringeberg. That was monige huth. Des overeelde, this is swamei. Hwe jorsken ermandriche hulfrenne je thought, art wie de folk, goten riches, that was grim kuning. Sek monisturka mi bonden, hwenen, wusted yeth neo, that this cune riches overkomen were. Thus overende, this is swamei. Sitteth so tjarig, selam bedede, ons zeven swerre, sulfen denketh, dat ze endless erfotadel, ere monigum, are jesweketh, wishlikne bleed sumum quenadel, dat ik bij mezelf zeggen wele, dat ik wele was heongere show, dreedne dier. Mij was Deor name. At ik vele wintre vogetine, honderd laufer altijd herne, nu. Leo kraftig mon londret je dat me les jezelda. Des overeeuwde, des is swamei. Deor. Wayland, the world-famous smith, knew woe. That ever-strong earl took it all in stride. His lonely problems went with him through many a murderous winter, even when that evil King Nethon slung sinew bonds around him and bound the better man. That passed over. This will too. Even her brother's death didn't break Beodahilda's heart like her own affliction, once she was certain that she was with child. Indecision and shock took hold of her, wouldn't let her move or breathe. That passed over. This will too. We all know of Matilda's heartbreak, her heart sickness, and what had come to pass with Gaet's wife, how her hapless love stole her sleep. That passed over. This will too. Everybody has heard how, for 30 hard winters, Theodoric held the Merings fort. That passed over. This will too. We have heard of Eormonric's wolfish ways, his mind like a trap, lord of the far-reaching realm of the Goths. That fell ruler was so foul, his people so weighed down with worry, they hoped in their hearts an ambush of outsiders would end his evil reign. That passed over. This will too. Sitting heartbroken for a time, the mind darkens. You find yourself thinking, it will never end. You might think that throughout the world, the gods in their wisdom grant titles, lands, and to many give inspiration, true inspiration. To some, only evil. I will say this of myself. At one time, I was a wellspring. I was a poet of the Heoden people. Dear to my lord, Deor was my name. For many winters, I shone in the service of my gracious master. Now Heorenda, another wordsmith, has all the land, wealth, and warmth of my lord's protection. That passed over. This will too. Wulf and Eadwacer. The people here think killing him would be a gift, and would do it if he came with a threat. We don't think like that. Wulf is on one island, I'm on another. My island is secure, surrounded by swamps. There are murderous men here. They think killing him would be a gift, and would do it if he came with a threat. We don't think like that. No, for my Wulf, I had worked up such wild expectations when the weather went rainy and I sat weeping, or when the big bold warrior would wrap me in his arms. I put up with it. I would take what pleasure I could with the pain. Wulf, my Wulf, it was all my wild hopes for you that made me this way. How seldom you came to me. My melancholy mind made me sick. It wasn't that I was going without. Do you hear what I'm saying, Eadwacer? A wolf has carried our sad whelp into the forest. See how easily he tears apart what was never together? Story of our lives. The Wife's Lament. I sing my songs, sadly, about the evils I've endured, ever since I can remember, but never more so than now. Here it is, how I keep falling prey to the pain of my exile. It all started with my lord leaving for the whim of the waves, and my white nights spent wondering where in the world he was. So I set out to seek him in his company of men. But after all the misfortunes found on that friendless flight, my lord's men had already begun scheming for our separation, so that we two would live miserably, split wide apart in this worldly realm. And longing came over me. Then my lord had me hole up in this hovel, in this forest, far away from the ones I hold dear, far away from my steadfast friends. This is why my heart is so heavy. I thought I had found such a good match in that man, but I have not had such luck. He hides what's in his heart, makes plans to murder. So often we had sworn with shining faces that only death would separate us. That has changed. Now it's as if we had never even been friends. I put up with my husband's hatred. He banished me to a bleak grove, a dirty cave under an oak. This earth cell is old. I am full of longing. The valleys here are dark, the hills steep, bitter hedgerows, overgrown with briars, a home without hope. I am often overcome with his absence. To think, all over the world, there are lovers, alive, in their beds, all the while I walk back and forth under my acorn tree, in this dark, clogged hollow. Here I have to sit out the long days of summer. Here I keep the tears flowing over my exile angst. Too many troubles. That's why I can never put my soul's deep sadness to sleep, nor all these longings that even in this life won't let me go. A young woman is forever forced to know pain. A smile on her face, her heartache, a crowd of constant sorrows, her only joy in this world. May my lord himself become an outcast in a far-off country, have to huddle under cliff hangings, freak storms covering him in frost crystals. Worn out, water will flood his dreary hall. My friend, you will suffer so much woe. May the memories of our happy home constantly haunt you. I feel sorry for anyone left lonely for a lover.